Hey, what's up? Shagdog here, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. This is a drinking and thinking episode. And I'm drinking Yuengling Premium beer. It's American Lager by Yuengling. Let's kill this Yuengling, right? And we'll be gentle with this Yuengling. What I'm trying to do is, me and Jammer many years ago, on our original channel, our biggest video was the drinking and thinking, or not drinking and thinking, the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake dance came out, and I told Jammer, I said, "Man, we got to do this Harlem Shake dance. We got to do it. We got It's like 6, 7, 8 months later. I was like, man, I think we're kind of late. He finally wants to do it. I'm like, it's like 8 months after the trend, somewhere around there. So we do it, and we had the green screen, and we have our different masks that we use in occasional beer review. You know, our clown, Spider-Man, Batman, the Bagheads, a couple other ones. And we do it. We layer it. We do the dance. It didn't take off because I'm thinking, well, it's too late. But somehow, some way, we got the 250,000 views, I believe. A little bit over that. Over probably a 3-month period. It probably took off about a month later, which was great. It's our biggest video. It was short, sweet. So we uploaded 2 videos of that. We uploaded the video just doing the Harlem Shake dance, you know, the whole thing with the dance part. And we did a beer review right after that. So then Jammer did the whole dance part with the beer review with it. But the big video was the part with just the dance, the Harlem Shake, you know. The one with the Harlem Shake and the beer review, it had a couple thousand views, but the one with just the dance and stuff went large. Which is a bad thing because there's one part at the end, the beginning of the beer review that wasn't on the original, the big video. You know, it reached 250,000. That did not make it into that video. That was only on the beer review, and so everybody, all those 250,000 people watched that video, didn't see the Freddie Mercury part on the next one. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this on my Facebook because everybody on Facebook wants to watch this, right? Everybody wants. Let's see. How come it's not pasted? Paste, bitch. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. So hopefully any of my Facebook friends or fans could come and watch. Um, so the Harlem Shake. We're gonna show the video here in a few minutes. Our biggest video that we had, and this was probably back in 2000. I don't know when the Harlem Shake came out. Let me double check that. When was the Harlem Shake a fad? 2013. In the early 2013, the fad began with the YouTuber user Filthy Frank uploaded a video of himself and friends danced on the song Harlem Shake by Bauer. Yeah. So February 2013, we started doing a beer review 2011. So I think, I'm trying to think of the time frame. We probably did that a couple months later. It might not have been 8 months, but it was probably quite a few months late, you know. But it was our biggest video on YouTube at the time on our original channel, and that really brought in a lot of subscribers, I think, at that point. And we had a couple thousand already at that point, but I think that jumped us up to close to 7,000. I mean, not 7,000 exactly, but we probably had like 2,000 at the time. It probably jumped us up to probably about 500,000 more subscribers just like that. Yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, let's get into that video, huh? I lost it. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me try this. I'm going to pause it. It'll start playing without me. All right, let's share screen, right? Present. We're going to share this video, the Harlem Shake, what happened to it. Well, here's Shagdog and Jammer doing it. You're about to see it right now. Share screen, right? Share screen, My True Review, Harlem Shake. Now you can look up all of our old videos on My True Review Harlem or mytruereview.com on Facebook. If you just type in My True Review search in Facebook, type any old beer. If you type Schlitz, mostly your popular beers or craft beers, we probably did them, the popular nationwide ones. You can probably find them. Jammer uploaded all of our old videos on there. So luckily he had a lot of the videos saved, the archives. So yeah, our glory younger days, yeah. But here's the Harlem Shake. I was hoping to get more viewers on before I played it, but I might play it again if someone comes on. All right, also share audio. Yep, here we go. There it is. I'm going to make the screen bigger. Wait, no. Why is there no sound? Okay, no sound's going. Let's get it back. How come I want it to be big? Oh, make big. Okay, right there. Con los terroristas. Hold on. Gotta pause it because the screen disappeared. What the fuck? Yeah, screen share, fuck. Okay, there we go. Let's rewind that again. Harlem Shake. Shagdog and Jammer. This is back in like mid 2013. I don't know what month we actually came. It had to be during the summer. So if that came out in February, this was probably June or July of 2013. All right, here we go. I got it on large screen, all right? Bam. There we go. Big screen. It's on full screen here. Let's do it. Harlem Shake. Con los terroristas. The Harlem Shake. Con los terroristas. And here's the intro. I think this was left out of the Harlem Shake. I think 250,000.
Where's the hair? What's with the shirt and the?
Where did my shirt go? How'd that come off? I feel a little strange.
Are you Freddie Mercury from back from the dead?
What the hell happened?
I know. This is just like drinking beer, man. Sometimes you get so drunk that you forget when you get laid.
I feel a little dizzy, but
yeah, good.
How the hell my shirt
That sounds kind of gay. He's getting drunk, laid. I feel dizzy. Oh, Jammer. That was Jammer's idea that me to have the shirt off and my wig off with the hairnet thing, so I look like Freddie Mercury. Yeah.
This is Schlitz Gusto Classic.
Yeah, that's the actual, and that's the actual beer review. When I come back, have a shirt on. Okay, my
Schlitz Gusto.
wig's all fucked up.
Yeah, this is the 12-ounce free from the Bros. It's a 4.6 ABV.
Yeah, I never had the other Schlitz that was downgraded from the 70s on. I might have had it when I was a kid, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might have had the beer as a kid. I might have. Who knows?
They taste different once
it tasted pretty good back then, but yeah. So there we go. There you have it. So that was our Harlem Shake. Let me pause that, rewind it, in case any guests come in later. Where is this video you're talking about? So maybe we'll show it again later. Who knows, right? But yeah, the Harlem Shake, that came and went real quick. And there hasn't really been a big, they got that one word people a couple of years ago, I don't know how many years ago that was actually. I don't even know what the hell that thing was called. Then they had another one a couple of years ago, but that one didn't catch on. I forget what that one was called. I couldn't even do that one. Not a lot of dance crazes in the last 10, 15, 20 years, as far as hip hop or there's no dance crazes. What happened to America? What happened to America? I mean, you had dance crazes all the time from the 50s, probably even the 20s, if you think about the Flapper Girls and all that. The 20s all the way up to probably the 2000 teens, some dance crazes, and I don't think there's been anything really since. It's been a dance craze. Let's Google it. Let's Google it and see what dance crazes have been around through the years, right? Dance crazes through the years in the U.S. 1930s, you had the jitterbug. 40s, you had the Lindy Hop. 50s, you had the hand jive. The twist in the 60s. The hustle in the 70s. The moonwalk in the 80s. Of course, breakdancing and a whole bunch of other stuff in the 80s. Let's see, how come I just went large. Okay. And what else we have? Jitterbug. Okay, here's some more. Macarena and the Achy Breaky Heart. I never did the Achy Breaky Heart. That was in the 90s. Single Ladies in the 2000s. That's Beyonce. I never heard of that one. But, man, we haven't had a lot of dance crazes in the last 20 years probably or more. It's crazy. That just shows America's on a decline with no dance crazes. Now, the Harlem Shake came out, was good for YouTube, different videos, social sites, you know. Everybody's doing a Harlem Shake video. And that was probably about the last time. So if my one viewer, hey, I got a viewer and comment. Sorry about that. I didn't see you. Let's check out PA Brew News. Yes. Don't forget. Oh, I can't read that. Let me zoom back in. If I could zoom back in, please. There we go. We had the world by the ass at one point. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, man, my screen's off. That's what happens when you share videos. When no one dances, they just tweak and beg for money. That's true. Now, PA Brew News, I don't know if you ever saw our Harlem Shake that me and Jammer did back in 2013. I got it on standby. I was hoping people would join by the title, but nobody joined. But I don't know if you ever saw that video by us. That was our biggest video, the actual, just a dance. We did 2 videos. We did the Harlem Shake dance part with a beer review added onto it, and then we did the Harlem. We left the Harlem Shake dance part as by itself, but that was our biggest video. We had 250,000 views, over 250,000 views, and that didn't really bring us to prominence in the beer review community, but I mean that brought us some subscribers and stuff. So back then on our original channel when we were famous. Yeah, don't forget the electric slide. Yeah, the electric slide is probably one of the longevity of dance crazes because people still, if you go to a bar, they still do the electric slide sometimes. Electric slide, Macarena maybe. What's the other one? 1 hop, 2 hop, slide to the left, slide to the right, whatever the hell that song's called. That's the song that no one remembers the name. Yeah, but that just proves the downfall of America. The last 15, 20 years, not really too many dance crazes. Oh, wow, that sucks. When I was a kid in upstate New York, before I moved to Pennsylvania, we had to do square dancing, part of the physical education curriculum. I think 8th grade and then freshman year. Maybe it was 7th grade and freshman year. Had to do square dancing. It was horrible. Oh, do-si-do your partner, right? Well, it was really funny. I don't know where you lived in Pennsylvania, but when I moved to Northeast Pennsylvania, the school I went to in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, I got there and they heard the town we were from. Me and my brothers, the guidance counselor was giving us a tour of the school. He's like, "Oh, you're from Pete Kirkendall country." Pete Kirkendall played for Penn State. He's from my town in New York. So as soon as he heard the town, he's like, "Oh, you're from Pete Kirkendall country." I'm like, we're all like, "No, it's Mark Twain country," because Mark Twain lived there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mark Twain lived where I lived in New York, so we thought of it as Mark Twain country, not Pete Kirkendall country. But the guidance counselor said when we went to the gym, there was a gym class going on or whatever, phys ed, and he's like, we have one of the most strenuous phys ed education in the country. I'm like, oh, really? I got the gym class, my first day in gym class. All right, walk around the gym or play basketball. That was it. When I was in New York, man, we had to do, at the beginning of gym class, we had to do like push-ups, jumping jacks, whole bunch of stuff. But I was like, man, maybe in your school you might have done stuff like that, but this school in Wilkes-Barre, I was like, this guidance counselor is full of shit. The guidance counselor is full of shit, man. Yeah, 50 minutes west of Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, I don't know where that's at, but I've probably been there. I got a girl just moved down here, works where I'm at. She moved down here, transferred down here. She's from Tunkhannock, which I think is north of Wilkes-Barre, right? But she said it's getting bad up there. That's why she moved down here. Yeah, with crime and stuff. All right. PA Brew News, you're gone, I think. Showing 0 views or 0 viewers. Oh, Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes. Oh, Wilkes. Is that what it's called now? Wilkes-Barre? They woke. Wilkes-Barre. That's pretty good, actually. You should market that. Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, damn liberals at Wilkes-Barre, or also known as Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, all right. I'm going to play that Harlem Shake for you one time. Let's do it. Oh, wait. I hate it. It starts playing by itself. Weird and wild stuff. Okay, let's try it again. Rewind. Let's get Shagdog. All right, we'll just leave it at that because I don't like to zoom. Let's see if I can zoom in now. Con los terroristas. They do the Harlem Shake. Con los terroristas.
Welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
Yeah. What the?
How'd you get that leg?
Where's the hair? Where's
the hair?
How'd that shirt go? How'd that come off? I feel a little strange.
Are you Freddie Mercury from Back from the Dead?
What the hell happened?
I know.
Freddie Mercury, Back from the Dead.
Sometimes you get so drunk that you forget when you get laid.
I feel a little dizzy, but
yeah, good.
Yeah. And that was the actual beer review, one of it. I think Jammer lost the actual single video, but yeah. That was our biggest video ever. We got like 250,000 videos on that part. But what was the weird thing is I think the Harlem Shake video, because we did 2 separate videos. We did all that with the beer review. We did Schlitz. And then we did the Harlem Shake dance itself, and they cut it off right there when the dance ended, which was 250,000 views. Now, what happened with the beer review is we thought, well, when we start the beer review, let's act like take your shirt off and your wig off and have the hairnet on. And we're like, what happened? So that's where we started the beer review, and then he connected it all together. But that part wasn't in the single Harlem Shake video, which was our biggest video. So I think that would have added a couple more views on and shares if we left that Freddie Mercury part in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. At least I manned up a couple minutes later, and I went and got a shirt on, and I had my Bane shirt on, so I looked a little bit more manly, I guess, a few seconds later. Yeah, the Harlem Shake. There was a dance thing a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, which I thought was pretty cool. I forget the name of the song or anything, but I see it on like Facebook videos or TikTok or whatever. There's this weird little dance. All the young African-American guys were doing it. It was pretty cool dancing. I tried to do it. I was like, shit, I can't do this the way they're moving their feet and everything. I was like, but I don't know what it was called or anything. And it's been so long now, I can't even remember the song. So That wasn't a craze, really. It was a craze for about a month or two on TikTok. I didn't see any white guys doing it. So you got to have white people doing it for it to become the craze, right? Yeah. Man, I go back to work tonight, my last night of work, and I'm on vacation for 10 nights. 10 nights. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't think, man, Jammer did a beer review. It was about a week ago. He did like 9 beer reviews one day. He actually lost track of how many beer reviews he did. He's like, I said, man, you did 9 or 10 beer reviews. He's like, no, I didn't do that, man. I went back and counted them. I said, yeah, you did 9. He's like, oh. Yeah, I had my own dance back in my young days. I invented my own dance, and me and this kid named Adam Kane, he did it with me, so we called it my last name, and his last name, Spencer's Kane, like walking with a cane. That's what we called the dance, and then what was amazing was I saw the same dance like a year or two later on, I don't know if you remember, a dance show called Dance Party USA, which was out of Philadelphia back in the 80s. I saw this kid on there doing this Spencer Kane. And I was like, man, it reached from where I lived in New York to Philadelphia in a matter of 2 years, the dance. It didn't become a craze, and they didn't say what the name of it was on the TV channel, I'm sure. Anyhow, I invented it. That's all I got to say about that right now. Yeah, I wish I was on here. One night I saw a video. I watched a little bit live. You and Jammer were talking about wrestling. Jammer didn't know shit about wrestling. He's like, oh, yeah, Dusty Rhodes and Sweet Brown Sugar. And I think he said one other name. And that's about all the wrestlers Jammer knew. I was like, oh, my God, why can't I be on tonight? I'm the wrestling fanatic of the show. G do a lot and most sucked. Haha. Who's G? G did do a lot and most sucked. Yes. Yeah. Wrestling. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't think he did. I said, man, you did 9 or 10. He's like, I didn't do that many. I was like, yeah, I went back and counted them. I was like, yeah, you did 9. I said, you always do 9. When he's doing by himself, if he does 7 or 8, then actually he did do like a day or two before that. He did like 5 or 6. So I'll give him credit on that day. He must not have been feeling well. But then he comes back 1 or 2 days later and does 9. So I can't do that. Unless I'm doing some light beers. That's the only way I could do 9 beers. And what was the name of your town there in Pennsylvania? You're northwest of Tunkhannock. Montrose, yeah, I heard of that too. I don't think I've ever been to Tunkhannock or Montrose. I always heard it on the news all the time, but I don't think I've ever been there. Millsville, yeah, I heard of that too. Yeah, all the small towns in Pennsylvania. Now, I can't remember if it was Tunkhannock or one of those other towns up that way. When we used to play them in football, yeah, they said, man, those kids were like corn-fed, like big. It might have been Tunkhannock. I can't remember. Of course, back in the 80s, the big high school was Berwick. Was like always like in the top 10 high schools in the nation. Yeah, the town. Yeah, the actual title, town, Bloomsburg, is the only town in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's kind of gay. I call anything small a town. What are all the other small towns called? What are they called? Designated areas or what are they? Yeah, old Berwick. What the hell is that coach's name? We used to coach them. God, I can't remember. He was in the news all the time back then in the 80s. I'm surprised I can't remember it now. Yeah, Berwick High School. Now, I went to high school with Rocket Ismail. They're about 2 years ahead of me, him and his brother, Cadre. My brother was in the same class, and we moved there the year that they were seniors. So my brother was a senior. Cadre, Rocket was all right. Cadre, I didn't like him too much. But he was trying to be the tough guy or whatever. Curry, yeah. Coach Curry, yeah. Cower. Yeah, Cower was Pittsburgh. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't say Coach No. Chuck No. Curry, yeah. Yeah, I'm one of the few guys you'll probably meet. Probably one of the only, I think, because me and my older brother were the only ones I knew of. There might be somebody else in the country has the same thing. But my brother passed away in 2011, so I'm the only one. My younger brother never went to the high school in New York that we went to. So I am probably one of the only people in America that is high school alumni with a Heisman Trophy winner, Ernie Davis, of the Syracuse Orange Men back in 1960 or whatever year it was. High school alumni. I went to the same high school I went to in New York. And then in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Rocket Ismail went to high school with them, went to high school and high school alumni, and he was a Heisman runner-up. He lost to Ty Detmer, though, by alumni with a winner and a runner-up. There can't be too many people in America who can say that, I don't think. Here's the Shagdog. I told a guy I worked with, he was bragging about a couple of people who went to his high school, went professional football. I'm like, oh, yeah? Wow, I'm alumni with the first black Heisman Trophy winner, Ernie Davis. And I'm also high school alumni with, at a different high school, of course, but a Heisman Trophy runner-up who should have probably won the Heisman Trophy. I don't know why the hell they give it to Ty Detmer. Jesus. Anyhow, you know the thing. Yeah. Well, yeah. Any other? That's probably my claim to fame right there. Yeah, that's probably it. That and a Spitter Swallow beer review. Yeah. Not too many people can say that, I don't think. Let's Google if any, because most people do one high school. And if you got a Heisman Trophy winner in your high school, I mean, if somebody moved from one high school to another and had even just a runner-up, that's kind of rare. But you go to two high schools and you had a Heisman Trophy winner from the two different high schools you went to, that'd be amazing, actually. Have any Heisman Trophy winners come from the same high school? Only 3 high schools have produced multiple Heisman Trophy winners. Oh, I guess.
The first was Woodrow Wilson High School.
You shit me. So Woodrow Wilson High School in Dallas, Texas, had Davy O'Brien win the Heisman Trophy in 1938 and Tim Brown in 1987. I did not know that. So, but, okay, well, I guess, but I do have the first black Heisman Trophy winner in my category, so. Yeah. Who else? Vinny Testaverde. Wow. So there's another one. Thereafter, 2 private high schools also achieved distinction. Fort Union Military Academy at Fort Union, Virginia, had Vinny Testaverde and Eddie George. Wow. And John Warte, who won the Heisman in 1964, Matt Lennart in 2004, and Bryce Young in 23 of them from the same high school at Martindale High School in Santa Ana, California. Can you believe 3 guys from the same high school won the Heisman Trophy? Holy fuck. Wow, so I guess I'm not special. I thought I was special until I read that. Thank you, Wikipedia, for ruining my life. So there's two high schools where two Heisman Trophy winners came from, and there's a third high school where three Heisman Trophy winners came from. That's crazy. What's the odds of that? Yeah. Well, any case, still, I'm special because I went to high school, where it produced the first black Heisman Trophy winner. And another high school had the Heisman Trophy winner up. Nobody can say that those two things, right? So there you go. I'm special still. It's better not to look up things at times. You're probably right. Yeah. When you think you're special, there's always someone in the world to prove you wrong. But still, I have the distinction, the first black Heisman Trophy winner, which everybody went to my high school in New York all have the same thing. But I also went to a different high school that had the Heisman Trophy runner-up. I don't think too many people can say that. But someone else could come back from those high schools and say, hey, we had three Heisman Trophy winners from our high school, or we had two, or whatever. So, all right, you got me there. That's my claim to fame now. Wow, it's just been shattered. That and the Harlem Shake, my claim to fame. It's horrible doing beer reviews and live and drinking and thinking videos this early in the morning because not too many people are up getting on YouTube to watch people drinking beer. I think it's kind of better on my days off when I do them about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. If I could wake up early enough and do them at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, it's a little bit better actually, as far as views go. But in the morning, I might be lucky if I get 2 or 3 viewers. What a WHS, does that mean what high school? Or is that something else? What's the hell is a Heisman? I said Heisman, right? How the hell do you spell it now? Heis, right? Not the Heinzman. That's the Heisman. Different way to spell Heinz is a special ketchup trophy that football teams get in Pittsburgh. And then the Hunt's trophy. I'm trying to think of where Hunt's ketchup's from. Never mind. I don't know. So I was watching. I know you know a little bit about wrestling because I saw you talk about Jammer about it one time, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I was on. And I was watching a video yesterday. It had Bobby the Brain Heenan on his interview with him. I think it was before he knew he had cancer, which was funny though. In the video, he mentioned something about he was slurring a little bit, and he tells the interviewer, he's like, have you noticed I'm slurring a little bit? I got this problem in my mouth. They say it's something I might have to have surgery. He didn't say it was cancer. He said that they called it something else. It's like a nerve. They might have to replace my jaw or something like that, which was probably the cancer he had. But Bobby the Brain Heenan is funny as hell. He was talking about I think it was Ray the Crippler Stevens and Crusher. I forget Crusher's last name. His AWA days. And he's talking about Nick Bockwinkel, and Nick Bockwinkel loves to use special words. And he's like, Nick Bockwinkel is like, you know what a paradox is? And he said, Ray the Crippler, or Crusher said it first. Yeah, a paradox? Yeah, that's 2 dogs. Paradox. I guess if you say paradox with a New England or New Jersey accent, hey, you know what a paradox is? Maybe paradox. And then Ray the Crippler Stevens says, no, it's where you park 2 boats, a paradox. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then he was talking about the interviewer asked him, there were like 2 kids that interviewed him. It sounded like they were young. asked him, so Vern Gagne, whatever hell their names were, owned the AWA, was a Olympic collegiate athlete, wrestler, owned the AWA. His son, Greg, became an AWA champion in the final years of AWA. So the interviewer asked him, did Vern push Greg too much, do you think? And then Bobby Heenan says, no, I don't think he pushed him enough. Matter of fact, he should have pushed him off a cliff. I was like, it was funny shit. Bobby the Brain Heenan was pretty funny. I think it might have been Crusher. Let's Google that for a fact. Crusher AWA. That might help. The Crusher was his name. The Crusher. Reginald Liskowski. American professional wrestler, better known by the ring name The Crusher. Born in 1926, died in 2005. I think it was AWA most of his career. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, I mean, when they mentioned Ray the Crippler Stevens, I was like, holy shit, I haven't heard that name in a long time. And then I looked back, I looked on Wikipedia, I was like, yeah, he was in his, Ray the Crippler was like, by the time the 80s came around, was in his 50s. So I was like, yeah. Ray the Crippler. Yeah, I actually watched a video today. I came across it. Vern Gagne. It was his introduction to the WWE Hall of Fame. He's kind of talking a little shit to Vince McMahon, but that was pretty funny. A lot of stars came out of AWA actually to the WWE. When you're offering bigger money, they're going to go there. It's kind of like Bobby the Brain Heenan said when he was AWA, Vince McMahon, Bobby the Brain didn't like traveling. He's like, we're here mainly in Minneapolis. I don't have to travel too much. But Vince McMahon offered him 3 times what he made at AWA. So, yep, Hulk Hogan, a whole bunch of them. Scott Hall was AWA at one time. Of course, Scott Hall went AWA, then WCW, then WWF. Kurt Hennig. Yeah, a whole bunch of those guys. AWA. Yep. That was great shit. Good old wrestling. I got the wrestling game for PlayStation, and I actually made my own universe. And I took some of the greatest wrestlers of the 80s. So I took some AWA, NWA, WCW, whatever. 1988, they became WCW or whatever. Some of the guys from the smaller regions, like Dutch. I don't know if you remember Dutch Mantel. I actually downloaded him. I was like, yeah, we need Dutch Mantel in there, Mantrell or whatever his name was. Jesse the Body. Yep. That was funny. I was watching wrestling today, and Jesse the Body was doing the announcing. That was the first time that Bobby the Brain Heenan did the announcing. Jesse the Body tagged up with Roddy Piper and Bob Orton to fight the Hillbilly Jim and his uncle and his cousin. So he let Bobby the Brain take over for him as a commentator during that match. And that was Bobby the Brain's on WWF's first time being a commentator. Yeah. Dutch Mantel. Who else? I got a whole bunch. Only bad thing is you can only download 100 wrestlers on that game. So it's like, there's so many wrestlers. But, oh well. Yeah. What I did, though, is I made a universe. And I kept Raw and SmackDown on there. And then I have WCCW, which was the Von Erichs, in Texas. I have a WCW and I have AWA. And what I did is I just took 100 100 wrestlers that I downloaded, and then a couple other legends that are in the game from the 80s. And I just did like a um, kind of like a draft. I just randomly, okay, you're going to this division, you're going to this league. So, so just spread them all out and mix them all together. So it's kind of funny. I actually have them as the, anytime I got Ric Flair, so I got to put all the 4 horsemen, I got to keep them together, right? So I put them to this. Yeah, the Dallas Sportatorium. I mean, have you seen that movie, the Iron Claw? Yeah, that movie. Boy, the guy that got playing Kerry Von Erich, he's just too short or something. I'm like, well, holy shit. Yeah, that's funny. The guy that plays Fritz and the guy that plays, I think, David, kind of look like them for real. But yeah, the guy that plays Kevin and Kerry, I think the guy that plays Kevin should have played Kerry, actually. Give him a longer hair. And okay. Yeah, they really screwed up the movie historically. But, I mean, I guess for how Hollywood's got to do shit. They didn't have one of the brothers in it. They didn't even mention one of the brothers, like he's non-existent. And the reason why they said they did that to cut time, plus he had a similar life and death of one of the other brothers. So they completely cut him out. And then, even I noticed the small shit. Kevin Von Erich, the one who wrestled barefooted, he didn't start doing it until 82. He went to go wrestle a match one day, and someone stole his shoes. So he just hell with it, went out there wrestled barefooted, and just kept doing it. That was 82. But in the movie, they show him in 79 wrestling barefooted. So that's kind of not historically accurate. Yeah, Flair, Ole, Arn, Tully, the 4 horsemen. I even like the later days of the 4 horsemen when it had Arn, Rick, and then they had Stephen Mongo of the Chicago Bears and Chris Benoit in there, and then they also had at one time Dean Malenko. I liked the 4 horsemen then too, so it's like the 4 horsemen, even though they lost everybody, still kept it going. All those years, all those years later. Yeah, man, that was. I actually stopped watching wrestling. I didn't watch it because when I was a kid, we could never afford pay-per-views, so I never watched WrestleManias or any of that shit. I think the first pay-per-view thing I watched was when I was in the Army, Survivor Series 92, I think, 91, 92, the first Survivor Series with Undertaker. And then I watched a little bit of wrestling early 90s, but then I went overseas and I just got kind of out of it, like 92, 93. And then when I got out of the Army in 96, I started watching wrestling again, and then WCW with the North NWA, or not NWO. That's why I started watching wrestling again. So, yeah. They're pretty good, yeah. I actually even like Mongo McMichael, even though he's kind of, a football player wrestling, but I kind of liked his character a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah. NWO, though, the WCW, I mean, that was good for about a year or two when the NWO came out. Then it just got kind of old after that. NW or WCW got stale, and it was the end. And all those years, WWE, really no competition. I never watched wrestling that much. A little bit in the early 2000s, but then I just kind of got lost. I was like, I'm not watching. The Miz came out, and then a couple of those people at the beginning of the 2000s with Kurt Angle and John Cena, and of course Brock Lesnar and all them. Of course, The Rock and Stone Cold were still around, all them. But after about 2004 or 5, I was like, I stopped watching it. Yeah, I saw one part the other day. I was talking about. I think they were talking about Eric Bischoff mostly on the episode I watched. Yeah. Yeah, who killed the WCW? Yeah. Well, I really thought was funny was Sting was when he never went to WWE because when he saw what they did to Booker when he first went to Booker got treated a little bit better later on, but Booker T when he first went to the WWE and those stuff like The Rock was like, who? Yeah, I'm Booker T and like from WCW he's like, who? You know, they just treated WCW characters like shit. So I was like, yeah, and at that point, Sting was like, yeah, he's not going there. Yeah. I mean, Booker T kind of eventually came up, even though it was still kind of corny with King Booker and all that. But at least he did have some good parts with Gold Dust eventually and stuff like that. But, yeah, but most of the other ones, they made Diamond Dallas like a stalker and, you know, it was like crazy. Even if you look at the Steiner brothers, when they went there in the early 90s for like a year or whatever it was, not really pushed too much. And even if you look at the new game, they give the Steiner brothers like a low overall score of like an 82, both of them. I'm like, that's pretty crappy. A low score, overall score of 82, where you got crappy tag teams that are like overall score of 90 or something. You know, I was like, yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm probably going to get off. I can get to bed, get ready for work tonight. It was great doing the drinking and thinking video, though, with the what happened to the Harlem Shake. I can play it one more time for the fans that missed it. Let's do it one more time for the fans that missed the Harlem Shake. If I could find the video again, because I closed it. Oh, there it is. Let's do it. Matter of fact, I'll play the whole beer review video of it. Let's do it. Facebook. All right, there we go, Facebook. And here we go.
Get a shirt on, man. I can't stand that.
Why not?
I can't sit beside you with no shirt on.
Jammer didn't like me with the shirt off, but he's the one that told me to do it.
Con los
Do the Harlem Shake.
Con los terroristas.
Yeah, welcome to the Spinner Swallow Beer Review.
Yeah. What the?
How'd you get that leg?
Where's the hair? Where's your? What's with the shirt and the?
Where'd my shirt go? How'd that come off? I feel a little strange.
Are you Freddie Mercury from back from the dead? And
What the hell happened?
or what the? I know. You know, this is just like drinking beer, man. Sometimes you get so drunk that you forget when you get laid.
I
Man.
felt a little dizzy, but
Yeah.
how the hell my
Get a shirt on, man. I can't stand that.
Where'd my wig go?
I can't sit beside you with no shirt on.
What are we drinking today?
What the heck? Oh, we got Schlitz.
Look, I got a chain from somewhere too.
Oh, wow. Freddie Mercury revisited. This is Schlitz Gusto, classic 60s formula in the can. That's right. We're going to do those. I'm going to go ahead and pop mine open. Shagdog gets dressed. I don't know what the heck's going on there.
Tyler, you still sleeping?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's much better.
All right, well, we'll see you on the next one. There you go. Very exciting.
We were playing, like tag football or something. But
That was weird. I mean, we were just about to start beer review, and I thought I had a shirt on.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wig, I don't know if I thought it fell off or not.
look at that.
All right. Whoa.
Oh.
Schlitz Gusto. Revisiting it. For that style that I like this is American Red Amber Ales. Yeah.
All right. There we go. Shagdog Spitter Swap Beer. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.